for 7 years. I've had to fight the courts about my children. You know how this started in the court? My wife is a borderline personality disorder. She tried to kill my son 3 times. They destroyed the records and came up with 3 different ways of destroying them. When the court therapist was ordered to come in, now you tell me what court therapist orders that he should never see his mother again. That gets destroyed the next day too. You see, I was rich. So was she. What better to play catch with a borderline personality? $5 million later. Listen, I ain't crying about the money. It's the largest owner of horses in the world. You think, I mean, if I cared about money, I wouldn't be doing that. I do care about my children. I do what cares what happened to them. And now I care what happens to other people's children. And they can't keep doing this. And they can't teach your children.
So what happened to you is just part of this, what you're saying is that what happened in family court is just a window into the corruption.
Right. Family court taught me to the next step. What I didn't know, Tober was one side, Ross was in the other, Walker was here. I walked, because they knew I was a multimillionaire, they walked me into this. And at that point what I did was, there was no way I thought it was corrupt like that. But I took it step at a time for 7 years.
So when you say they knew I was a multi-millionaire, meaning you think eventually they thought they could buy you out or buy you, I mean, you know.
Meaning they were going to play ball, make a few $1 million.
And then cut a deal with you and say, let's not speak of this again.
Well, they were going to, this is what happened. They were going to play ball, except for I caught them. In fact, I found that Tober and Ross were best friends.
And they were the attorneys on either side.
Right. And they needed to be best friends because they were going to have to play catch. You know what through? Statutes of limitations.
This was in your family
divorce,
court,
right. Why they had to go through statutes of limitations? Because they knew Wise committed fraud on the court. So what they had to do, they also knew my wife knew that. So they had to get past statutes of limitations. So 5 million later, you know how many depositions up until the final week? None. You know there's a gag order on my divorce? You know why? Because it's all criminal. 2 years after it's over, there's still a gag. You know who ordered it? Nobody. The judge did it. Why?
Is this the kind of thing that the average guy, Joe, couldn't actually do anything about? I mean,
right.
Because you are who you are.
Right.
You have the
ability and the balls to keep going. So what I did was, I got this one. And then what I did was, take it to another level, take it to another level. And I kept peeling it back. Every attorney I had been working for them, and I could prove it. We fired one 2 weeks ago. You know who he works for right now? Liberty Mutual. You know who I'm suing? Liberty Mutual. Driscoll. He's working for them. The guy I fired. And you know Morse Mahoney was suing them? You know, they aren't malpractice, it turns out. You know who the biggest client in the world is? Liberty International. You know who they were suing? Liberty International. What do you think they offered me $50 million for? It's not that I can't prove it, it's all there.
The reason that I took a special interest into Mike is because it seems as though he opened the veil to what I think is a really bigger problem, where you asked the right question.